1, 2, 3, 4. Hey everybody, welcome back to Swift Guitar Lessons for another mini lead guitar tutorial. In today's session, I'm going to be breaking down a very cool classic SRV inspired lick that I would call a thinker lick. This is a lick that sounds great, but is easy enough to play that it buys you some time to think of the next thing you're going to play in your solo. It's going to sound like this real slow, key of E. A 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1. Alright, and that last set of notes there would be dependent upon whether we were moving to the 4 chord in the key of E, A major. Okay, so let's add that to your repertoire, getting started with measure 1. We're getting started with the open low E string, followed by an upstroke on the high E string, maybe a little bit of the B string. Alright, so 1 and... Okay, from there we're getting into some triplets, sliding from the 3rd fret up to the 5th fret of the B string with the high E string droning or ringing out. Okay, so we're going 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So slide, 2, 3, slide, 2, 3, slide, 2, 3. That sums up a measure of music. 1 and 2, 3, 4. Okay, next, we're getting into this very cool, very classic technique that we call the train whistle technique. So it's just for a measure there. I've got the 8th fret of the B string and the 7th fret of the high E string. I'm gonna get started striking those two notes together as I bend the B string up, about a half step. All right, from there, I'm going to do an upstroke on the high E string. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and just do it 4 times to complete the measure. Okay, that sums up our first line of tablature right there. We have okay, now moving into our next line of tablature, it's gonna sound like this. Okay, and then the next note that you play is going to be dependent upon which chord is coming in. Is it the 4 chord A? Or is it the 5 chord B? Okay, so that began sliding up to the 12th fret of the B string and the high E string. Just a little tiny piece of the E major triad that we have there in that position. Okay, so we're doing the same exact triplet feel now. Okay, here I tend to do a half step slide. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Now, if that's a new movement for you, it's gonna definitely smart a little bit. You're gonna have to build up some callus there on the side of your finger. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. All right, then we're getting into a very useful repetition lick. Okay, so 15th fret of the high E string with a slight bend, down to 12. And then to the 12th fret of the B string. That's kind of Jimmy Page inspired. I'm gonna keep my pick alternating. 15, 12, 12, 15, 12, 12, 15, 12. I'm just going to descend down the minor pentatonic scale. 15th fret of the B, down to 12, 14, 12 to end the lick. Okay, so that last measure, okay, now let's play that entire line of tablature. It should sound like this. All right, from there, I'm just thinking about what's the next chord. Again, if it's the 4 chord, I could play the A note because the 4 chord in the key of E is A. So I could just go up a whole step. I like to do a quick little hammer on, so 12 up to 14. One short, one long. Lots of vibrato there. Or it could sound like this. If the B7, the 5 chord in the key V, was coming in, I could just play the root note of that chord, B, on the 12th fret of the B string. Okay, that sums up the entire lick. Let's see if you can play it at a real slow tempo. It should sound like this. 1 and 2, 3, 4. 12th fret. Okay, then from there, if you're still in your solo, you'd be jamming over top of the 4 chord, perhaps for a couple of measures there. Okay, you could switch to the A minor pentatonic scale before getting back to the E chord. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. Keep playing through the weekend and enjoy your practice.